Is this finally it? Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Resume play. Why? Naomi? Where the fuck is Ayumi? This fucking game? Are you fucking kidding me? Housewife? And you know what my kid told me? He said that incident was connected with an underground website that's gotten real popular at his school. I think I heard about that on the news a while back. Profiles being used for bullying or to find dates. Isn't that stuff kind of... what? Is that kind of stuff still going on? Gossip bitches. Well, the news has stopped covering it, but it's still happening from what I hear. I wonder if my kid goes on any websites like that. Maybe I should talk to him about it. Where is Naomi? Why? Where's Ayumi? Fuck this game! It was late afternoon, right around the time students were returning home from school, and here I was again. Standing right in front of the intercom at the door at Seiko's house. I'd been here over for an hour now, standing, staring, wondering whether to push that button. I must have looked really suspicious, especially since I'd been here since yesterday, and the day before too, and each time I wound up just going home. But today would be different. That's what I told myself. Today I'd actually push that intercom button, and I was ready to face my demons. Okay. Seiko's siblings. Hey, you two can just run off like that. That was you, Seiko's younger brother. Alright, line up. Make sure you've got your shoes on tight. There we go. Hey, straighten that hat. Very good. I think we're ready now. Take my hands, please. Now, you think you two can behave at the market? Okay, Aya? Uh-huh. You bet. That's what I like to hear. Made sure I hid out of sight while they were leaving the house. You and those two other kids. They were definitely Seiko's younger siblings. They were the reason I'd come. They were the ones I wanted to see. I had no idea what I'd say to them, but I knew for sure that Seiko existed, so I had to say something. Oh, you're just gonna look like a dumb idiot. Oh, there you go. Maybe I showed them the cell phone picture. This is so dumb. So the curse, so if you die somehow in school, yada yada, this really happens. Every image of you, every image that was saved gets blotted out. What if it's like encrypted with a password? It's uploaded to cloud or some shit like that. What about their social media? Did they just fucking disappear or some garbage like that? What about group pictures? What about reunions? What about fucking... Are they not aware? Like, hey, who's that? Like, oh god, this is so dumb. They would show them this cell phone picture and tell them, hey, this is your sister. Yeah, she doesn't look too good, but hey, and ask if they remembered anything about her. It will be okay, I just need to explain myself. They understand, they had to. No, they won't. I'd made up my mind. Now was the perfect chance. I stepped out from my hiding place. Hey. But barely made out a single word before I felt someone grab my arm from behind, holding me back. Who is it? Who's there? Ayumi! Fuck! Yes! Yes! Ayumi's here! Fuck, finally, the goddess, the one who gives me peace and laughter all the time. Ayumi's finally here! Yes! The queen has arrived, fellas. Make way! Don't do this. Don't do it. Class rep. That's Miss Class Rep to you, bitch. I understand where you're coming from, but you can't do this. Why not? Alright, Class Rep Shirazaki. I know her, you dumb idiot. Was shaking her head at me. She was determined to stop me from confronting Seiko's family. My vision was starting to blur. What do you plan to say to them? You know how it's going to turn out. Yeah, wait, is she tearing up? She's so cute. Sob, Lamau. But... Sob. I know, it's so boring, holy shit. Couldn't hold back my tears any longer. I'd rather read Ayumi's dumb thoughts than Naomi's crying, whiny baby moment. Couldn't hold back my tears any longer. I squatted on the ground and looked up at the class rep, who was staring back at me with equally glassy eyes. Visual, give me visual of Ayumi. Ah, this fucking game, fuck you. There were only a handful of people in the world who could truly understand what I was going through. Only those of us who returned from Heavenly Host Elementary School alive. Only Shinozaki, Satoshi Kishinuma, and Yuka. As for those who lost their lives there, Seiko, Suzumoto, Morishiga, and Miss Shishido. Ah, my back. We came back to find that their very existence was wiped clean from this world entirely. I know this. It feels like this game expected me to not have previous knowledge of the previous game. Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Nakashima, hey. I was walking home, defeated and dejected, with a glance wrapped at my side when she suddenly addressed me. It sounded like she wanted to tell me something. I've been doing research these last couple weeks at the library, looking up information about the Shinozaki estate. How do you not know this? You have the same last name. That's the house where Yoshie and Sachiko Shinozaki lived. The place that the beings in control of Heavenly Host once called home. You might recall that the newspaper articles were found about the kidnapping and murder incidents gave precious little information about Sachiko. And aside from local papers, nobody even bothered covering the news about Yoshi's death at all. Digging up this information was no small feat. She was looking down at her feet and kept a steady, quiet tone the whole time she was talking. Seemed like this was all leading up to something. Is this what the other people were talking about? That the only thing worth about this game is checking out the true ending of it, the last part of the game, because from the beginning to the end to the middle, all useless filler. They're basically useless fucking filler that really didn't add anything at all, basically. It's just nothing. It's just this ending, according to the people that I've read comments about, the comment people, they said that this fucking ending is just it's like a post-credit scene. It's endorsing, it's just a fucking trailer for the next game. I'm like, really? Holy shit, what a ripoff. What a scam artist, what a con artist. But she was kind of an expert when it came to ghosts and the occult and such, so I trusted her. What I wanted to know where she was going to this. It seems Yoshie Shidozaki's former home is here, in this prefecture. It's in the outskirts, by the mountains. Ain't that a coincidence? Ain't that convenient? Her home, like Yoshie's and Sachiko's? Yep, right in our backyard. What? Okay. Is it that close? Yeah. Yeah, Heavenly Host once stood where Kisaragi is now, after all. And since Yoshie Shirizaki worked there, it makes sense her home wouldn't be too terribly far away. Just right in her backyard, though? Naho mentioned it in her notes too, remember? That's where she salvaged the original Sachiko proxy for the ritual. So yeah, it seems like a good place for us to find something, don't you think? The origin of the Shirizaki family curse rests within those walls, and I believe there must be some clue there that could help shed a light on it. She had my full attention now. I swallowed hard, as if I were taking it all in. You're not taking it all in? Oh, she's so cute. Look at that, Ayumi. I got an address too. If we take the train, we could be there in less than an hour. So what do you say, Nakashima? Let's go check it out. Right now. The Shinozaki Estate. You're not fucking curious why the hell it's called Shinozaki Estate? Why isn't anybody addressing the fact that, hey, why do you have the same last name as that fucking estate? Are you connected there somehow? Why doesn't anybody acknowledge that shit? I was haunted by my memories of Heavenly Host, and this would entail visiting the source of it all, where the danger would be far greater, yet somehow... Lead on, class rep. We're going there in our fucking uniforms? Okay. Casual clothes would be better, but sure. It was right around 4:30 in the afternoon. Oh god, it's so dumb. The day was already cooling into night, and the sun would surely be setting shortly after we arrived at our destination. But neither of us really cared. I just wanted to be there as soon as humanly possible. If there even were the slightest chance of finding answers, I'd welcome it. Two of us went right to the station and hopped. On the very next train we could find out to the countryside, grasping its choice for all we were worth. You guys are worthless, except for Ayumi. I began to wish I got back to change clothes before we left. Yeah! Why are you fucking going there with your school uniform? It's so dumb! But if I did that, I have to explain to Mom where I was going. I sincerely doubt she would have been amenable to the idea. Who gives a shit? I could have always just gone anyway. Yeah, of course. But then I'd be directly disobeying my mother and undoubtedly making her very sick about me. Just say you're hanging out with Shinozaki. That's it. We're done. The class rep and I were seated next to each other. We're individuals. Why is there music playing? Why is there a vocalist? What song is this? On a local commuter train I'd never ridden before, there were only 2 other passengers. Much like us, they were simply staring down at the ground and riding in silence, lost in their own thoughts. Are you fucking kidding me, Mr. Motorcycle Dude? It's just a fucking trailer for the next fucking game. These last couple of weeks have been brutal. All 5 of us who survived were failing it. We were more exhausted than we'd ever been in our entire lives. But no matter how crazy people said we were, no matter how much our souls ached from the memories, we could never forget Seiko and the others. Every photo we had of them, though, be it on film or digital, had its face blacked out completely. Yeah, it's so fucking dumb, what the fuck. And the scariest, saddest thing I could imagine was the passage of time, because eventually, I knew I'd have trouble remembering what they looked like. Yeah. Listen, I want to run something by you. We're the ones who have any memory of Miss Yui, Suzumoto, Shinohara, and Murashige, right? Because if you die in Heavenly Host, it's as if you never existed in the first place. You're erased from the collective memory of everyone in the real world. Why is it taking so time for them to erase the memories of the dead people they know? Here, it doesn't make sense. Why would you bring this up? I just look down at my knees. You're not. You're trying unsuccessfully to fight back the tears that were welling up in my eyes yet again. Well, have a look at this. What? What does it look like? Naho's nods to the netherworld is just that spirit medium's girl's blog, right? Doesn't anything seem odd about it to you? It's written in Japanese, I can't read it. The blog's final entry was the one detailing the Sachiko Ever After ritual, but we already knew that there were no updates after it because... Because what? Wait, didn't Naho die? Right. The class rep nodded and looked into my eyes. Naho lost her life in Heavenly Host Elementary School just like everyone else. But how can that be? I'm not sure of the reason, but this is proof positive. Proof that not everyone who dies in the school gets erased from existence. Have you ever thought someone else is using the blog? I checked on her matter, Mr. Kibiki too. He also died in Heavenly Host, but just like now, there's still ample record of his existence. Yeah, the writing and all that stuff, just not their face. I was literally on the edge of my seat, leaning in close and hanging on her every word. She flashed me a smile. So let's not give up hope, okay? Okay. I was crying hard now, but for the first time since we come back, I could see the tiniest, faintest glimmer of hope in the darkness. It wasn't much to go on, but it was easily the best news I'd heard in 2 weeks. It made me feel a lot better about this impromptu trip. Even just this one vague clue improved our chances of finding something at the Shinozaki estate significantly. At least now we knew what to look for. Right. Narave Kishi Station. Guess we're here. Man, we're really out in the boonies, aren't we? The air smells so delicious. It smells like dog shit everywhere. It's nice, isn't it? We were fortunate to get here while there's still some light left. We should find the estate before it gets dark. Yeah. Anything else? This was the end of the line, a desolate farming community with nothing but farmhouses and fields as far as the eye could see. There was only one main road. Whatever happened to Satoshi? Isn't he the same guy that fucking remembers the fucking... Yeah, whatever. And due to the mountainside setting of this picturesque village, it maintained a gradual upward slope the whole way. Not a lot of people around. Yeah, and I was here kinda hoping I could meet with one of the locals and ask some questions. Evidently, the Shinozaki family had a lot of clout here once, and were held in high esteem. Really, since you're a Shinozaki too, oh my god, finally! I wonder if you have some distant ancestry in common with them or something. Oh my god, finally someone acknowledged the goddamn bullshit that I've been addressing since the previous fucking game! I guess it's possible, but there are an awful lot of Shinozakis in Japan, you know. Yeah, you fucking bitch! One quick Google search and I can see you being actually connected to Sachiko and all the other Shinozakis. Yeah, that's true. So are we going the right way? I think it's this way, yeah, but to be honest, the address I found didn't have a house number, so I'm not entirely sure. But what about your cell phone? Doesn't it have a GPS thing? You don't know what GPS? Can we use that to figure out where we're going? I guess this was written in a time where GPS wasn't a thing. I already tried, but it looks like there's no map data on file for this area, which is actually very strange. You say so. The road was paved the whole way, but it was full of cracks and holes, resulting in countless tiny pebbles and patches of sand crunching under our feet. And the darker it got, the more noticeable the sound of the uneven terrain became. There was something unsettling about the idea of two schoolgirls in uniform walking through a strange, largely deserted village at the cusp of twilight. Yeah, it's like a recipe for danger. Hey, I really think we should stop and ask someone for directions. How about we pay that house a visit? What house? This house? This house? Or that house over there? She was pointing at one of the isolated farmhouses directly in front of us. Sounds good, it's getting dark after all. Let's pick up the pace. Excuse me. Ayumi's so cute. Our voice actress is fucking unbelievably great. Hello? Maybe they're not home. Let's try someplace else. Okay. Eek, yeah. That scared the crap out of me. What was that? Yeah, I don't like this. Let's get away from here. Okay. I wish I could have seen that. I know it's a little unsettling, but if we don't get some information, we'll never find the place. So come on, let's try asking that one more. So come on, let's try asking at that one. This time, she was pointing to a slightly more inviting-looking residence nearby, sporting a blue roof. Oh boy, what a waste of time. Hello? Hello, is anyone home? Use the fucking ringer. Yeah, the doorbell. Good evening, miss. We're a bit lost and would be very grateful if you could help us find our way. I could see the figure of a middle-aged woman through the frosted glass door. I wasn't sure if she was actually going to open it for us, given that we were strangers, and she was, by all appearances, a woman alone in an isolated house. Pretty good-looking house, though. What's all this, then? Good evening, I'm sorry to bother you so late. We've come all the way from Fujisawa, and we're trying to find a certain residence. Oh my, what cute little visitors, and coming all this way with the sun going down, no less. Thank goodness, she seemed like a perfectly normal, perfectly kind old woman. I took my place next to the class rep and bowed my head in respect. So where is it you're trying to go to, then? Trying to reach this address, but I don't have a house number. This is all I know. Let's see. What business do you have at the Shinozaki estate? Actually, we're investigating something, right? Yeah, that's right. It's for a school assignment. The old lady's demeanor changed in an instant. She made herself as large as she could and began pushing us out of her house. Miss, is something wrong? Get out. Go on. Get out of here. What? What was that all about? Just seeing the word Shinozaki Estate seemed to send her off the deep end. This could be a problem. Yeah. Back to walking. The day was fading fast. The sky was still blue for now, but it was getting darker by the minute. Street lights were popping on all around us. Let's just try to find another house. There must be someone around here who will tell us what we need to know. Yeah, you'd think. That old lady's still standing there, right inside the door. Oh god, you're right. Why is she still watching us? Let's go, okay? This is getting really creepy. She seemed like such a kind old woman, too, when she first answered the door, but now she just felt menacing. The sudden change was almost staggering. Ooh, staggering. 6:30, huh? Oh, yeah. We walked for quite a while after that. The fields and trees were becoming more plentiful, while houses were becoming much rarer sight. The rosy incline had gotten a lot steeper too. Holy shit, how long is this? We were literally climbing a mountain now, and the likelihood of finding the house we sought, or any house at all, seemed to be lessening with every step. Car coming, watch out, Nakashima. Thanks. We pushed ourselves against the guardrail and waited for the car approaching from behind to pass by before we continued our trek. Is the car gonna stop? Wait, is it? Hey, what are a couple schoolgirls doing in a place like this? It's dangerous to be walking the road, you know. The mini pickup pulled alongside us, and an older gentleman stuck his head out the window. He seemed like a sociable sort. We're actually looking for the Shinozaki residence. If you have any idea where that is... Shinzaki. Ah, yeah, the old Shinzaki estate. It's up that way, deep in the mountains. Just up ahead? Yeah. Well, that's good. We've been going the right way after all. Yeah, but it's a ways in there. If Yunzi's wagon, it's gonna take you a good long while. Don't know what business got in a place like that, but hop on in if you want. I'll take you up. The class rep and I looked on another square in the eyes. Seemed a little shady, but it was getting pretty late, and as they say, beggars can't be choosers. We wouldn't get another opportunity like this. So we thanked the old man and got in his truck. They're so cute. Yeah, truck's supposed to be a 3-seater, but it's kind of crowded. Sorry about that. It's quite alright. We're very grateful. We kept on walking, and it would have been a night time before we knew it. Well, I sure got a lot of business up at the old Shinozaki estate of the mountain these days. Why are you two looking to go up there anyhow? Well, I'm not really sure how to put it. Let's just say there's some information we're trying to find. Information? About a nurse who used to live there a long time ago. A woman named Yoshie Shinozaki. Yeah, back in the day it used to be the home run clinic. It did. Lots of people went up there all the time. But nobody goes there anymore. Don't know what kind of shape we'll be in. We just kept driving further up the mountain path, and the higher we got, the rougher the ride became. Road maintenance was clearly not a priority here. Wait. So if the... what do you call that? If the heavenly host yada yada, when you die there or something, your existence is erased, right? So why did the people still remember Yoshi and Sachiko? I don't. Maybe they're an exception. I don't know. We had 4 tires on 4 different elevations at any given point in time. The whole truck was being rocked to its core. Ow. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just glad I'm wearing my seatbelt. This is quite the road, isn't it, mister? What? The old man's driving was starting to frighten me. See Ayumi's head bouncing up and down, and honestly it felt like we were in a runaway vehicle. Poor Ayumi. Mister, are you going a little fast? What happened? What's happening? What? What the fuck? What just happened? My heart was beating a mile a minute. That was a person on the road, wasn't it? The glass rep and I both got paid. We looked over at the old man. Well, it's gay. Whatever it was, I didn't hit it. What? Believe me, you hit a person or an animal on the road, it makes a bigger noise than that. This old man seemed to have gotten a little weird now as well. Much like the old woman in town, we started off so kind and helpful. Who was that in the road? Dunno. Hey, end of the line. Can't go no farther by car. You're gonna have to hoof it. You gonna or one of the... You going or you want me to drive you back? Thanks very much, sir. I'll be waiting here for you. Just come back when you're done. I can't rightly leave 2 little girls out here by themselves after all. Hey, ain't that convenient? Nice. Thank you for your consideration. Class rep, you okay? That was scary. There was definitely something strange about him, but he did say he'll wait for us, so I think he's a good person where it counts. Yeah, I guess you're right. The sun was setting rapidly and evening was in full stride. At the top of this uncompromisingly steep road sat Yoshie Shinozaki's home and clinic. Look, it's plateaus up ahead. Is that the place? We finally made it. So tired. Is this... There's nothing here. This had to be the place. The site of the Shinozaki estate, but there was no house here anymore. The building was torn down. It was just an empty lot. And after all, we all came this way too. Wait, hold up. Look over there. Is that a barn? You're right. I wonder why this was spared if the estate wasn't. What have we found? It was a small bar on the edge of the property, and remarkably, when I flipped the light switch, the lights actually came on. It still had electricity. Of course it does. Is this possible? Nope. Yeah, it's kinda giving me the creeps. Despite our misgivings, we've gone far outside our comfort zone to get here. So we set about searching this mysterious barn for any answers. Oh boy. Oh, wait, save, yeah. blood drive because they drove there. It's a hemp sack that's filled to the brim with some kind of grain, probably feed for farm animals. Guess they had chickens or something here. Yeah, had. It's a large drum that seems to have once been used for burning waste products. Nothing but soot and ash inside. I wonder what was burned in here. I don't know, looks like plain old ash to me, but it could have been anything. It's an old worn out blanket that someone seems to have left here. Somebody from outside must have sought shelter in here at some point. Yeah, maybe. Guess just getting out the wind isn't always enough. And bruh, is it starting to get kinda cold in here with the sun down? Yeah. There's a mess of old cardboard boxes here along with a rusted toolbox with any number of other odds and ends. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly useful in or among any of them, however. Hey look, this box has Shinozaki 1 written on it. You're right, I guess that means this really was Yoshie Shinozaki's house at some point. It could have been any other Shinozaki, as you say. Spent another half hour or so rifling through the bar from floor to ceiling, looking for anything we could possibly find that might help us. I don't see a single thing in here that sheds any light on Yoshi or Shinozaki Sachiko at all. It's full on night outside too. We've kept that poor old man waiting long enough. Seemed like a waste to leave here empty-handed, but we've done all we could. For today at least, it was time to start heading home. Can't believe all that's left is a barn. Yeah. Oh boy. We should come back tomorrow a little earlier. I'd like to try talking to more of the locals. Sounds like a plan. Felt like the sun had been setting forever, but now it was nowhere in sight. The wooded mountains all around us were cloaked in a veil of darkness. There weren't any lights to help guide our path either, so we really couldn't see where we were going. Man, it's dark. Was this the way we came? We need to find our way back to the road. I think that's it though, since I remember just walking straight toward the barn. Class rep, look. Nestled among the branches just beyond a small grove of trees, the inside lights of the tiny truck shone like a beacon in the night. It's the old man's truck. Yeah, it has to be. Thank goodness. It didn't much like the idea of getting stranded in the woods. There was something oddly fulfilling about getting out and actually doing something. Success or no, it felt so much more fruitful than moping about at home. I didn't care if this was a fool's errand. As long as I just kept looking day after day, I felt like I could move on. It wasn't hope, it was purpose. Seiko taught me that. She's gonna die. She's gonna fade off your memory. Sorry to keep you waiting, huh? What? Where's the old man? Maybe we were gone too long for him. I mean, it is cold, but maybe he had to, take a shit. She began scratching her head and blushing a bit, clearly embarrassed at the suggestion. Yeah, maybe he left the engine running, so he should be back soon, so let's just wait for him. It's so chilly out here, though. My stomach's freezing. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if we waited inside the truck, right? That's true. Okay then, class reps first. Huh? No good, it's locked. Well, that sucks. I guess we don't have much choice. Let's just wait out here. Okay, now what? Holy fuck. It's so cold outside. What time is it anyway? 8:17. About the right time for cold night air, really. The old man's not coming back, is he? So what do we do? Well, what do we do? It was so dark we couldn't even see the road, and climbing all the way back down would require far more of a hike than we were prepared for. Oopsie. Let's save here. Okay, walkthrough number 2. When the dial choice appears, you can choose either. Oh, okay. The events that immediately follow will play out a little differently based on the decision, though choosing think of something else will make the main story continue a little quicker. They know this fucking garbage goes on for fucking long. Thank you, whoever wrote this goddamn walkthrough. Think of something else. Oh boy. Wait, how many steps more? Oh my god. If you're unable to open the safe after the step, you're likely to check the pictures by the staircase. I should save here. Save, yeah. I'm gonna save twice, just in case. So yeah, this is Corpse Party Book of Shadows, Chapter 8, Blood Drive. This is technically the only sequel that we needed from the previous game, because in the previous game they were like, yay, we're free, fuck, our friends are dead, but nobody remembers. This is the only chapter that people need to see, while the other parts, the chapter 1 to 7, they're all fucking useless. You could play the game and just ignore chapter 1 to 7, but you need to unlock all of them in order to get this part. And according to the walkthrough here, Blood Drive chapter only unlocks if you either transferred save data from the previous game, so you have to play the previous game. So the developers already expected you to have knowledge of the previous game. So what's the point of the fucking from the previous game and got all the previous chapters true ends, or obtained all the wrong end true ends in chapters 1 to 7? So if it didn't unlock for after completing 2, it would seem you have some wrong ends to obtain. Why would you make that? That's so cruel. You fucking devil.